So I mentioned multiple times about how I hate grades, and for me, just getting the C's were good enough. And I made this chart to help you understand what it takes to study for physical therapy or the chiropractic programs. Now, when it comes to these programs, they give you a stipend to live off of because this becomes your full-time job. Okay, but you're not getting paid for it. Even though you're receiving money, you're borrowing money in order to study, in order to live. That way you're not distracted by work. Okay, so there's many recommendations out there when it comes to studying. I just did the typical 4 hours per class. Okay, when it comes to physical therapy, every semester is about 15 to 20 hours, right? So you get about 5 classes or about 4 credit hours each. That means you're gonna be in class for 20 hours a week. Okay, so those classes, you gotta have 4 hours per class. So you multiply that by 4, you have 80 hours of study time already. Okay, plus the 28 hours that you're in class, that's 100 hours per week. 12 weeks for one semester, that's 1,200 hours. And by the end of the year, that's 3,600 hours that you're studying for physical therapy. Okay, so chiropractic is a little bit more. You got 25 to 30 hours. That's going to be about 7 classes with 4 credit hours each. Comes out to 28 credit hours times the 4 hours. You end up studying for 112 plus the original 28 that you're in class for. So you got 140 hours to study. Times 12, and then that's 1,680 hours per semester. And that's going to be a total of 5,040 hours, guys. Okay, with all that being said, what I've seen is, for all in between each trimester, all the 2 week breaks that we get, students are so excited just to go on a vacation break, take off, and not even care about what they just learned. So then the next semester, everything's on you again, and what they're doing is just study, test, study, test, study, test, break, let the brain completely rest, and then try and get into that study, test habit again. Okay, so one big thing I want to point out is that you can have up to 5 years to finish that chiropractic program, but counselors always tell you there's only a 10 and a 12 trimester graduation course. Okay, so it's just usually about 3.5 to 4 years. So you got to think about how much of this stuff do you want to retain and how much do you want to be able to apply by the time you're done. Taking that scenic route that I've talked about and what I was doing, it was going to take a lot longer, maybe the full 5 years because of my work and the route I was going. But I was able to retain a lot more in between each semester, and I was able to apply it as I was working, everything that I was learning. Okay, so that's just something I want to help you kind of comprehend when it comes to the amount of study time it's going to take if you choose to go this route.